Hello and welcome back. Here is another album review from Metal Rocker 86. I just saw Def Leppard live recently, so I thought I'd review another one of their albums. So here is High and Dry. I don't think I need to give Def Leppard's backstory again, but if you'd like to hear it, please go watch my review of Pyromania. On to the album. High and Dry is the second studio album from Def Leppard, and it was released on July 6th of 1981. It ranked as high as 26th in the UK, 31st in Sweden, and 38th in the US. It is also a two-time platinum in the US and a platinum in Canada. It consists of 10 songs and altogether is just over 42 minutes long. On vocals, both lead and backing, is Joe Elliott. On guitars, both lead and rhythm as well as backing vocals, we have Steve Clark and Pete Willis. On bass and backing vocals is Rick Savage. And finally, on drums and backing vocals is Rick Allen. Now on to the songs, starting with Let It Go, which was also released as a single, and it was written by Joe Elliott, Pete Willis, and Steve Clark. This one is very up-tempo. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars with the catchy riff that'll energize you. The drums come in at the 5-second mark and can be heard in the background. For the verse, the guitars get a bit quieter, but the energy returns in the chorus. As for the solo in this one, it's pretty cool. I should probably not describe the lyrics in this one, but this was a really good song to start the album with. This next one is also very up-tempo, and it was written by Rick Savage and Joe Elliott. It's called Another Hit and Run. Instrumentation. This one starts off with a guitar intro that gets you energized. Then they get quiet for a bit, and after that, the energy returns. While this is going on, you can also hear the drums in the background. I also really like the solo in this one. I interpret the lyrics as being about how the band responded to criticism. This was another great song on the album. Now the tempo slows down as we get to my favorite song on the album. It was written by Steve Clark, Joe Elliott, and Rick Savage. It's called High and Dry, Saturday Night. Instrumentation. The catchy guitars are the main focus in this one, and you can also hear the drums in the background. I really like the solo in this one. The song is about going out partying on a Saturday night and getting drunk, and this was an awesome song on the album. Now the tempo really slows down as we get to Bringin' On the Heartbreak, which was also released as a single and written by Steve Clark, Pete Willis, and Joe Elliott. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the soothing guitars in this one, but you can also hear the drums in the background. During the chorus, however, the guitars get a bit harder. As for the solo in this one, it's also pretty good. This song has a heartache theme. It's about a girl who won't let a guy into her heart, and it's driving him insane. He tries to give her all his love, but she drains him of everything he has. This was another great song on the album. Now the tempo really speeds up as we get to Switch 625, which is an instrumental written by Steve Clark. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitar, which gives off great energy, and it gives off the feel of driving very fast along the highway, but you can also hear the drums in the background. This was another awesome song on the album. Now this next one is somewhat up-tempo, and it was written by Steve Clark, Pete Willis, and Joe Elliott. It's called You Got Me Running. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars in this one, but you can also hear the drums in the background. This one had an okay solo. The lyrics, from what I can see, describe a guy who's trying to escape a relationship with a woman who mistreated him, and she's chasing him down. This was an okay song on the album. Now this next one is also somewhat up-tempo, and it was written by Pete Willis, Steve Clark, Rick Allen, and Joe Elliott. It's called Lady Strange. Instrumentation. The main focus again is on the guitars with some background drums. The solo in this one was pretty good. I interpret the lyrics as being about a guy who has a girlfriend, but he's more drawn to those who are outside his house rather than her. This was another okay song on the album. The tempo speeds up as we get to On Through the Night, which was written by Steve Clark, Joe Elliott, and Rick Savage. Instrumentation. The main focus again is on the guitars, and this time they give off great energy, but you can also hear the drums in the background. I really like the solo in this one too. The song gets its title from the previous album, and I feel like the lyrics describe the band being motivated to continue on. This was another great song on the album. Now this next one is somewhat up-tempo, and it was written by Steve Clark and Joe Elliott. It's called Mirror Mirror, Look Into My Eyes. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars in this one, and they're somewhat hard, but you can also hear the drums in the background. I also really like the solo in this one. I interpret the lyrics as being about a guy who's addicted to drugs and he sees himself getting worse. This was another good song on the album. Now the tempo really speeds up as we get to the final song on the album, No No No, and it was written by Pete Willis, Rick Savage, and Joe Elliott. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars and they will get you into headbang mode, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The solo in this one is rockin'. I should probably not describe the lyrics in this one, but this was a great song to end the album with. So what did I like about this album? I enjoyed listening to this one. The songs were all very well written, the instrumentation sounded really good, and as did the vocals. The only change I would have made is with the song ordering. I would have put High and Dry, Saturday Night, in between You Got Me Running and Lady Strange, just to have some energy in there. To conclude this, I will definitely recommend High and Dry, and I know you will enjoy it. Well, that's the end of this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, rock on!